Welcome to Inside the Translators studio. I'm your host, Gabriel Schultz, and today we have a very, very special guest. Actor for both stage and screen, playwright, and more recently, emerging translator. Welcome, Laurent Pitre.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Laurent,
Yeah.
tell us about your recent mentorship with Maureen Labonté.
Yes, so Maureen Labonté was the established translator chosen for me by Playwrights Workshop Montreal and the CRAD. And the CRAD is kind of like an organization like Playwrights Workshop Montreal, except they focus on the French side of things. So I was chosen to translate excerpts from two different plays. Invisible by Guillaume Lapierre Desnoyers and Que cerise by Amélie Dallaire. And Maureen Labonté was kind of like my teacher in a kind of masterclass in translation for the stage.
What is translation for the stage? How is it unique?
So you gotta kind of understand the play from the inside in order to understand that it has a certain musicality. So when I think of translation for the stage, it's like if you have a piece of music that's been written for the piano, and then suddenly someone asks you to translate it for the trumpet. It's kind of like you gotta understand the music and fit it into a different instrument, a different language. So it's very different. It's not like you can just translate the meaning. It's really also the musicality, the rhythm, the tempo, and the meaning.
We would like you to tell us about a challenging passage you encountered while working with excerpts.
Yes, so on one of the excerpts I was working on, this was in the play Invisible by Guillaume Lapierre Desnoyers, and it was this monologue that was very poetic. It was all about the wind, and it really worked in French, especially when it was read in the rhythm that it was written. However, when I translated it, the order in which the words were in kind of took away all the poetic nature of that monologue. And so to try and find that poetic nature of that monologue, what I had to do was I had to throw it up in the air and kind of jazz it up. So I had to kind of play with the order of the words, find the right words in order to carry that poetic nature. And that to me was a challenging bit that I spent many, many days working on just that one monologue.
Why does translation matter?
I think that it's kind of an exercise in empathy and understanding and compassion, and those are some really good ingredients to any kind of good theater or art. So translation is also kind of a bridge between people, a bridge between languages, and I believe that it's essential kind of work because especially in the multicultural world we live in today, it's important to start bridging gaps between people that feel divided. Even just for this mentorship, it kind of bridged the gap between the two solitudes of Montreal, the English and French, right? Ephemeral. Calice. To be or not to be. My favorite French expression is cesse de faire le pitre, which means stop being a clown.
Well, Laurent, you intend to continue the work that you started through the mentorship. It seems you are hooked on translation. Are there other programs to support you in this work going forward?
Yes, there are programs to support you through Playwrights Workshop Montreal. There's the Cole Foundation Mentorship for Emerging Translators, and there's also the Glasgow Translation Residency, which is 10 days in June.
Thank you, Laurent Pitre, for having graced us with your presence this evening. This has been Inside the Translators studio.